four things. One is a crucial thing. It's what goes in between our ears. It's our mindset, and the mindset that you need to have when you're launching into a business or making a shift in your life. We're also going to share just a simple blueprint where you can start your business today, literally from your phone, and start earning tomorrow. So just a really simple insight for a blueprint that we teach on and teach around. And also 5 key elements that you must review when you're looking at a business. And it's always good to have at least 3 of those elements ticked off. To have all 5, you absolutely lean in and go for it. And last but not least, we're going to show you how you can earn 3 different ways through partnering with us and the platform that we are partnered with. But we're really on a mission to help 500 more big-hearted people be, do, and have more in life through launching their own online business. So Lucy is going to be covering off the crucial thing about mindset.
This is a pattern that I have sort of, I suppose, recorded over time, and I'm working with startup entrepreneurs as well. This is a cycle we all go through. It's, it doesn't matter how far you are in your journey, it's a continuous cycle. And I just want to make you aware of it. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. If you've never started a business before, or maybe you are currently owning a business and you're coming up against all this resistance like I did, then this will just make you aware of what's ahead. So the cycle of success. So before jumping on this call today, you're probably in your comfort zone. You know, someone's invited you, and now you've stepped out of your comfort zone, and now you're in what we call the unknown. This is maybe something you've never done before. This might start feeling a little bit uncomfortable. And I give the unknown an analogy of the boat, right? This is the boat that you step onto. And this boat will now take you to your island, which is the next stage of this cycle. And the island is where, you want to find your treasure. So, after this call, after watching this today, you might be thinking, you know what, I want to step into this business and I feel like this is for me. So you're on the island and you're like, this is awesome. I've arrived. This is exciting. I've got so much achievement from this. And then, once you've arrived on the island, you're greeted by people who have been on the island for a while. So that might be the likes of Adu, myself, Nikki, Deb. So, you have been welcomed, and now they're like, oh, we're just going to explain to you a couple of things that you need to do in order to get to your treasure. And you're like, okay, cool, let me know. And they're like, well, there's a few obstacles you have to go through. In order to get your treasure, you actually have to go to the other side of the island, and you have to go through croc-infested rivers and all of the things, right? And you're just like, I didn't think it was going to be that hard. Like, I just thought, I got here and you're just, I'll just get it done and it will just happen. And this is where we sort of end up in what we call informed pessimism. And this is where you're just like, how am I going to do this? How, like little old me, how am I supposed to do this? Like, I've never done this before. This just feels so uncomfortable and it looks too hard. And then you end up in what we call the valley of despair. And the valley of despair is like, I just want to go back. I'm heading right back to that boat and I'm going straight back into my comfort zone. And that's just how you feel. You just want to retreat back to that comfort zone. But honestly, in this part of the cycle, this is where you really do have to have patience. You have to keep learning. You have to keep taking action. And eventually, with the help from the people who have invited you here today, your mentors and us, everyone in the U-Tribe Global, from the help of all of us, we help you get out of the valley of despair. Trust me, you will get there. And once you are out of there, you become an informed optimist. You've got informed optimism. So now you're like, I've done it. I know how to do the thing. You feel more confident. You feel like you can do this. And then you end up in your new comfort zone and, reap the rewards in this moment. You've worked for it. You've worked hard. But what will happen here is a new challenge will come up. And then you just end up back into the unknown. And the cycle just continually repeats. But what I will tell you is the more you go through this cycle, the easier it kind of becomes, the less rocky it becomes, and you kind of know what's expected. So when these feelings come up, you're like, I know what this is. I'm on the island, or I know what this is. I'm in the valley of despair. I have to keep, having patience and keep learning and keep growing and taking action. So I really just wanted to share that with you today. So you're informed, you know exactly what's ahead. And I just want to share a quick quote with you. Thanks, Ange. Confidence does not equal courage. The only way we can become confident in anything is to have the courage to do it in the first place. And, you know, that is all about taking action, guys. You have to take action. And that is what is ultimately going to give you the confidence in anything that you do in life. So, you know, talking about what you're stepping into, you've stepped onto the boat. What are you stepping into? What have we brought you here today to talk about? Well, we're talking about this business, this Nu Skin business, which is part of what we call the gig economy. Now, I'll just explain what the gig economy is briefly. So traditionally, the traditional economy as we all know it means that you are probably a long-term salaried employee who works for one employer and typically kind of within driving distance to where you live, right? But the gig economy means that you are a freelancer and you have no geographical boundaries to your work, okay? So this is actually just beyond working from home. You know, as home can literally now be anywhere in the world. And this is what we call the gig economy. This is what we're inviting you in to learn about and to build a business upon. So why did I choose this industry? If you could just change the next slides, Ange, thank you. Why did I choose this industry? Well, there's actually 3 reasons that we should all sort of be choosing any industry that we want to start a business in, really. But this is what we call the 3 I's, and that is income, influence, and independence. So why did I start and choose this industry to build a business in? Well, if you actually make $100,000 a year in Australia, did you know that you will be taxed $24,967? So that actually means that your net pay will be $75,033 per year. So that equates to $6,253 per month. So I actually looked into the living cost and found that a family of 4, their estimated monthly costs are about $5,378. So if we break that down, well, I broke it down and I realized that even if I worked my way up the corporate ladder and I eventually made 6 figures, I'm only ever going to have around $500 to $1,000 each month left over after tax to invest in or spend things, you know, that I want and I love and that I want to, you know, the things that I love and my family enjoy as well. So, you know, I also realized that, you know, working within sort of that corporate world, which I have done in the past, you know, my income is capped, and that to me is just not okay. And, you know, this business model in particular, you decide how much you make. There is no income ceiling here. So that was really important to me. The next thing is influence. You know, I really wanted to have an impact on the world, and I wanted to, you know, be a positive influence and have that on the world, and I wanted to be directly involved in that. So that was super important to me as well. And you can do that with this business. And I want to leave a legacy. I want people, you know, I want people, generations after me, to be talking about what I did and how I changed people's lives. So I know many of you listening to this, maybe Jody, who else have we got on here? Let's see, Kelly, Tanya. I know many of you listening to this will likely have that feeling, but you just ignore it because you either just don't know the tangible steps to get you there, or you just don't believe that it's actually truly possible. But with this business model and with the steps that we have taken and the roadmap we have, it absolutely is possible. And the third thing is independence. So this might mean completely different things for different people, but for me personally, I really focus on 3 areas. And for me, that's financial, location, and time. So I really wanted to be able to create an income that wasn't dependent on anybody else. I really wanted that, you know, financial independence. And I'm originally from the UK, as I mentioned, and my mum and dad are still over there. My sister and my nephew, who I just love dearly, they're in Melbourne, where I used to live. And, you know, I want something that, you know, I could work anywhere in the world, like whenever I wanted. I could just get on a flight and go, obviously, where we all can. And I wanted to choose my own hours and have the freedom to work my own schedule. So this is what this business allows me to do. It gives me that complete independence and flexibility. And Forbes actually predicts, you just want to change the slide? Forbes actually predicts 79 million people are going to start a home-based business in the next 5 years, and why wouldn't they? And I just want to ask you, and maybe you can just drop yes in the chat if you you know, want to share that with us. Why wouldn't you want to start your own home-based business based on all those facts and figures I've just given you? So I just want to ask you, are you ready? Let us know in the chat. Let us know if you are ready to start this journey and just create that whole, you know, influence, independence, and your own flexible income. So I'm just going to pass this over to Ange now. She's just going to share the blueprint of how to turn your passion of helping others into profit.
Thank you, Lucy. That was fantastic. And all those key fundamentals are the first stepping stone on launching your online business. So thank you very much, Lucy. Put in the chat, are you ready? What did you get out of that section from listening to Lucy, and just your key takeaway from that? Excuse the slide situation. We've got a mouse thing happening here. Yeah, so really the blueprint, you know, how do you translate your passion into profit? I just want to extend on what Lucy has just shared with you. There's two things. Firstly, it is one, you need to be open, and you've got to be willing to learn something new, to get a little bit uncomfortable, to launch into a new sort of a new thing, right? So the great thing with UTribe Global is that we have a bit of a blueprint. We've got an incredible array of resources, proven methodologies and strategies that take out all that guesswork for you. And I know firsthand, when I first started my traditional business as a corporate consultant, I was doing a lot of guessing game and introducing new formulas or strategies. Would it work? Would it not work? Well, we've sort of taken that all out of the guesswork out of these blueprints that we've got for you, so you can start with confidence and knowing that it works. So, you know, I'm just going to bring to life a simple sort of formula that you can use online, and we all have the ability to do it right now. We've got our phones, we've got our devices to lean on. So firstly, when we're working with you, we sit down and work out what your game plan is based on your goals, bespoke to you. We review and look at your social media platforms. We get an understanding on who you are, so what you represent, what your values are, and we then get an understanding on who your target audience is. Who do you want to work with? Who do you want to attract? And what it is that you're actually wanting to accomplish with your business. And then we help you move that into being a profitable business. So the key sort of fundamentals, and you'll see this on your screen here, to building an online community is actually looking at the content that you've got going out on Facebook, on Instagram, or on TikTok, if you're a TikToker. And essentially that sort of stands for helping you get fit. So that's Facebook, I is for Instagram, and T is for TikTok. Now, rest assured, if you're not on all three of those, it's totally okay. And rest assured that what I'm speaking about right now also is very transferable to offline strategies. And I'll just share a little bit about my journey with this, because I started on Facebook. I had 100 friends. I knew nothing about Facebook or social media. I just kept in touch with friends and family in New Zealand when I was using Facebook before looking at it as a business. And but I just, you know, I was open and willing to learn something new. I love connecting and meeting people offline. So I just use that skill set to the online world. So it is transferable. But in this illustration here, I'm talking primarily the online with your social media. So we help you look at the content that you're putting out on social media. We really believe in it's sharing who you are, so people get to know you, like you, and trust you. And bear in mind, you have complete control of what goes out on your platforms, the content, and we work with you on what that looks like. We then help you find connections. You know, where are those people that you are wanting to connect with? And just a bit of a stat around the number of people on social media. There are 3.9 billion people actively using social media. That's sort of like half the population of the world is on social media. So I know a lot of people, when they first start out with your online businesses, like, do I have to, hassle friends and family, or I don't know anyone? I know that goes through some people's minds. Well, in actual fact, there is a lot of people that is online, and we teach you how to connect with them, where to find them, and then add them as a friend or add a connection with them. And then it's a building of that relationship. And then we help you bridge that into a business conversation. So it really is an eloquent way of, growing your online community. And it's really, really simple. All it is about sort of breaking it down into bite-sized pieces, meeting where you're at, and developing the game plan based on what it is that you're looking for. So that is a bit of an insight around a simple strategy that we have, but we've got a whole array of trainings, resources that you can lean on, along with one-on-one mentoring and coaching when you're partnering with us in New Tribe Global. And look, without further ado, I think it's really timely that I'm going to pass it over to my wonderful co-host, Nikki Sherwood, the fellow Kiwi, and she's going to help you identify the 5 key elements to review with any business.
Thank you, Ange. Good morning, everybody. I'm Nikki Sherwood. I'm in Brisbane and I'm a former Kiwi. And as Ange said before, I have a very long corporate career. I worked myself up to that 6 figures that Lucy had talked about, and I totally knew what she was talking about when she was talking about the tax. Bit of a sad face when that's real. So when I considered the business, there were a few things in mind, and I'd like for you to be thinking about this through my section of the call. And that is the 5 elements that you would want to be considering if you're going into business for yourself. And as Ange mentioned before, if you've got 3 of them, you're winning. But there's 5, and I'm going to unpack these 5. So I'm going to go into more detail about the products, the partner platform, the timing, the support, and my fabulous colleague here, Adu, is actually going to go into the 5th, which is money and profit. So to unpack number 1, I'm going to talk to you now about, thinking about what's positioned in the market. So if you're looking at a product, you'd be wanting to think about, is there a recognized need in the marketplace for a product and service? And does whatever part you're aligning yourself with, is there a need for that in the marketplace? Does it solve a legitimate problem for customers? And is it priced to sell well? Can it be listed on the marketplace? And is there a margin for you to make profit? Because when we're in business for ourselves and we talk about that incredible lifestyle opportunity that is very real for me now, what I had to consider was, am I actually going to make money from this business? My return on my investment is my time, and my time was so precious at that point when I was working a good 60-hour week. I need a very small window of about an hour a day where I could build my business. So what was I going to get back for that hour of time? And you want to be thinking about long term. How much income am I going to potentially be creating over the long term? And so for right now, let me just make it a little bit real for you at the moment. Right now, we're actually in an incredible position where we are in the middle of a pre-launch of a world-class product, and we're about to launch a product in 9 days in the South Pacific, and then within a couple of months around the world for those of you in different countries. And so basically this product is yielding results not currently seen on the market. The price point is absolutely perfect. The taste is amazing, and it's a well-known product. So there's a conversation that can be happening with people at the moment for a product that they're already aware of. It's already marketed. So when you think about a product, that would be hidden off on all of those elements. Okay, so Ange, I'll just get you to jump to the next slide, please, because I'm very patient. I'm very excited about this slide. And this is our partner company. So number 2, you want to be thinking about who you're partnering with. So outside of obviously the incredible person that invited you to this call today, I can assure you they're amazing. But what you won't know about is our partner company. And our partner company, and I actually get goosebumps. I get really, really excited when I share this with you, is our partner vision is to become the world's leading platform opportunity, paying more commissions than any other company. Now, I can tell you, I researched about 60 companies before I joined this company because I wanted to be paid the absolute most for that 1 hour a day that I had spare taken away from my family for me to be investing in a business. So just to give you a couple of cool things about our partner company is NEC actually headhunted and recruited the Amazon. So everybody probably knows what Amazon is. Amazon CFO, so the Chief Financial Officer, and the CTO, which is the Chief Technology Officer. And they brought them across to New Skin so they could create our tools for us to build our business. And just to get my geek on for a minute, we have artificial intelligence, which scans somebody's face and it basically helps the customer determine what is needed. So all the guesswork is taken out of it. It's a really cool tool. But on side of that, we've got things like our website and our apps, all free tools that have been developed by our partner company to help us to build a global business, all from our phone. It's pretty exciting. And the next slide, please, Ange. And I touched on this just briefly before about the person that would have invited you to this call today. As you can probably tell, the people in the smiling faces in this call today are just a snippet of the support that you have if you were to partner with us. And, you know, I don't even know where to start when Ange asked me to talk about the support in the business, which is number 3 that you should be considering. I don't even know where to start. You know, we have, aside from the company, and we've got all the drop shipping, we've got the innovations, we've got, you know, we're the world leader in #1 home beauty devices. We win accolades over Apple iPhone. You know, we have won a Nobel Peace Prize for one of our innovations. You know, it's just very, very exciting. But for me, and what really just gets me up every day is actually the mentoring and the training and the support that we have within our tribe. And, you know, we have a very special tribe here, really passionate people who really do have a mission to change the lives of those around them. And I'm no different to that. So, you know, the list goes on when I talk about the support, but you really want to be understanding what you really have been invited to, and the opportunity is really unlike anything else I've ever seen before. Excuse me. Next slide, please, is, oh, you're already on it. Thank you, Ange, is timing. And guys, I get goosebumps again with this slide. This is the best presentation ever for me to have been talking about. It's timing. Timing is everything. For me, when I joined this business, it was all about timing. And I knew that a shift had to happen in my life. I was exceptionally unwell in my corporate job. I had been bullied for 4 years prior to joining this company from my manager. My hair had actually fallen out. There was a timing for me to have considered a business opportunity. And what I would love for you to understand today is right now, we obviously understand it's very hard. I mean, it's hard to deny that the world around us is changing. And for whatever reason that you're here today, there's something in your head when somebody invited you to this call for you to have perhaps thought, this might just be the right time for me to consider venturing out or creating that extra income or leaving my job or whatever it is, you know, not going back to work after having babies, whatever it is for you. And the timing for the market launch that we have in the moment is very exciting. Been with this company for 4.5 years, and yeah, it's that excitement, that butterflies in my tummy every morning again for where we are. So I'd like for you to think about, you know, where you are right now, thinking about if not now, when, and if not you, who. And I would love to then pass it over to Adu, who is going to talk about the money, which is the fifth element.
Hi guys, my name is Adu. I am originally from the Maldives and now I'm living in Melbourne. I came over here to study and then absolutely fell in love, so decided to stay. While studying, I started working at a hospitality venue and again, absolutely fell in love with hospitality, which I still do. But then since after I got married, realized I'm spending a lot of time at work, nighttime, you know. If you have worked in hospitality, you know what I'm talking about. So I decided to change that to still related to hospitality, but a corporate job. But then what I didn't realize back then was I'm just switching my time from night to day and still doing the same amount of ridiculous hours, bringing work home and all that kind of stuff. And just 9 to 5 and not going anywhere. And then last year, pandemic happened, right? And then a lot of us got stood down and then lost jobs and all that. So I know exactly when Nikki says, we were talking about timing is everything. My lovely friend Lucy here, introduced me to this, and haven't looked back since. So let me tell you a little bit about how the income works. We might have mentioned that there's no cap. It's up to you how much you want to earn with this business. Like, you don't have to ask anybody. You don't have to ask anybody's permission. You decide, right? There's 3 ways you can do it. Number 1, you can earn daily as a brand affiliate, right? We got the platform already set up. You can start today, start earning tomorrow. Like, if you want to just get your $50 a week gas bills, you can do that, right? And then number 2, you can earn from that, you can earn retail profits and bonuses as well. Now, number 2, you can earn weekly. For those of you who are a little bit serious about this, there is a serious full-time or part-time income that you can be made out of this. I work a full-time job at the moment, but I'm doing this as part-time, just for the extra income. And you can do potential earnings of over thousands a month, but depending on how much effort you put in, right? And then 3rd is the leverage income, that building teams where you can leverage your income against other teams that you can get monthly payment made. But now I have to be very clear though, because like any business, it rewards those who work hard, are focused, and are goal oriented, right? Now, the level of success is solely determined by, the effort that is put in, and including the willingness to help and work with others, because we work like a community. We help each other, and then by doing so, you get helped, basically. And there's no place to hide and no opportunity to blame anybody else, right? So while there is every chance of success is provided, by training, ongoing support, the system, with everything we just spoken about, it is still up to the individual, which means yourself, right? The owner of the business, because you're the owner of the business, to go and go after those goals, basically. So no effort means no reward. So what I would like to do is think about how much that extra $50 or $200 or $200 a week or $1,000 a month means to you. I would like you to put in the chat, what would that do to your lifestyle, or what could you do with that income? Just put it in the chat. Think about it, imagine it, And while you're doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to forward next. I think I'm forwarding it to Lucy, I believe.
Sure am. Bear with me a sec. Thanks, Adu. That is so true. That is, it is all down to you. And again, that comes back a lot to the mindset stuff as well. If you are right in here, you'll be in the right frame of mind to, be able to be hungry, willing, and coachable, basically. So, you might be thinking at this point, you know what, this sounds really interesting to me. I do want to know more, or I do want to get started. So I want to just share with you what you will get and just sort of overview of what we've spoken about. So what you will get if you join this business is that business blueprint. So that is our step-by-step process to help you build your business. And Ange touched on a couple of those, which was mainly the sort of social media strategy around what we do. And then you also have so many resources in the U-Tribe Global that we've created, that the company has created. As Nikki mentioned, you've got the AI technology, which is just crazy. And you also get a ready to go, done with you business. And I say done with you because we hold your hand. Whoever has invited you here today, they are your mentor. We are your mentors. We are a tribe, U-Tribe Global. And we do this with you. We run with you, walk with you, however fast you want to go, we do it with you. And you also get free one-on-one coaching. Now, guys, I have invested a lot of money into coaching, and I think a lot of, Nikki probably has, and Ange and Adu and everything. But, we all know how much that can cost on the outside world. Thousands. And I have spent thousands on coaching outside, and you get this absolutely free. It's insane. And there's also business incentives. So things like you know, paid 5-star trips, gifts, money, etc. You know, based on that effort that Adu was talking about, based on the effort you put in, you get business incentives for that. And the timing, Nikki mentioned timing for her was, you know, her job was creating her to be really stressed and she was getting bullied at work and all that kind of thing. But also timing is right now. Nikki also mentioned the collagen product that's just launching. We have so many innovations. Our company is so innovative. So right now, the timing is like impeccable because we're literally just launching on the 10th of August, the collagen product. So you're getting in at the absolute right time and jumping in on some market share, which is amazing. And you also get exclusive free training. So exclusive free trainings with us as the U Tribe Global, with the company. There's so many amazing benefits and learnings that this company provides, absolutely free. And the biggest thing that I, you know, love about this business is the community. The community is so important. so important. And that all boils down to the support that you get. And I cannot tell you, like, even as an entrepreneur for such a long time, from the age of 17, I did a lot of business on my own for such a long time, and it was so hard. And I, you know, like I said, stumbled across so many things, but having the support system, the community there, that's what keeps you going. That's what really helps you to not give up. And that's probably, you know, the most priceless thing out of all of this. So I'll just pass this next back to Ange, and she's just going to wrap up everything. I know we've sort of run over a little bit of time, but thanks for your patience and thanks for listening to the end. Ange, I'll pass it back over to you.
Thank you, Lucy. Yeah, you get access to so many great resources and support with this business. It's super cool. So we find ourselves in the conclusion of our time here together. And look, it's been fantastic to be here with each of you. You've heard 4 key steps to help you really get started. And I love this quote with Richard Branson before I get into some next steps for you. If someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure if you can do it, say yes and learn how to do it later. And the great thing is we take that guesswork out and we've got your back along the way. And yeah, just another side note with Richard Branson, I love him. You know, look at what he's created with his space travel. That was just so outside his realm as an individual when he was younger, and now look what he's doing. He's taking people to space, which is so cool. Anything is possible. So look, you could be sitting in 3 different spaces right now after listening to these 4 steps. One, you might be sitting there going, oh my goodness, I am super excited. I'm a 10 out of 10. Let's get going. Or you might be sitting there going, I'm intrigued, I'm curious, but I still have quite a few questions I need to get answered. Or you may be going, I'm liking the sound of this collagen and some of this product stuff that Nikki showed. And look, wherever you're sitting, go back to the individual that invited you today for a conversation, a discovery conversation, and let them know whether you're a 1, a 2, or a 3, or all of the above. And they'll be able to sort of work through the next steps for you. I will just let you know that, you know, it's completely free to open up a brand affiliate account. That's super great. How you start with the investment you make around the product, we believe that, you know, there's some form of you know, being a product with a product or having some form of investment aligned to what your goals are. So it's super flexible. But the great thing is there's no admin fee or startup fee to open up the brand affiliate account with New Skin, which is a huge tick. And out of the discovery call, you can actually ascertain how you can launch your business based on what's right for you. So in closing, what I have found is some people make things happen, some people watch things happen, and some people say, what just happened? And I just urge you to make it happen for yourself. You're obviously here for a reason. Go for it.